The people's movement must remain strong to ensure a proper investigation. If we get justice today, tomorrow will be safe. Otherwise, we will have to count thousands of dead bodies like the Lotmas. The only path is the indomitable struggle of the people. We need more people, people of all religions, language, ages, and genders. They should raise their voices in unison. We want justice, justice for RG Kaur. CBI must arrest the criminals without delay. Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about justice for Tilotma. To those who have taken to the streets demanding justice for Tilotma's rape and murder, and to those who, even if unable to join the protests, are mentally tormented by this cruel incident and want justice, I want to share a few words. We need to strengthen the spontaneous people's movement, and we should also try and gather more and more people because there are attempts to suppress this movement. Efforts are being made to send people back to their homes. According to unverified sources, on the day of Raat Dakhal, almost 2 crore people took to the streets. Since then, the state has echoed with countless processions, assemblies, slogans, protest songs, and poems demanding justice for Tilotma. There has never ever been such a widespread movement by ordinary citizens, irrespective of their religion, language, caste, or gender. It proves once again that no one is more powerful than the people. If the movement continues and people pressure remains, Tilotma's rapists and killers and those who destroyed all ounces of evidence will definitely be caught and punished. However, if the people's movement weakens, the investigation will quickly be buried. The history of cases like Kamduni, Hans Khali, Hathras, and Bilkis is no different. The culprits have not been caught yet, and they might even be moving freely in public. This cannot be accepted. Therefore, we must put pressure on the CBI. Only the people's movement can achieve this. To send people back home, the state government is using the police to harass protesters. The police has also summoned people to the station for their social media posts. Even posters for Raksha Bandhan supposedly required permission. Although some were arrested, the courts granted bail in every case. Then, the Supreme Court instructed the state government that no repression should be carried out against peaceful protesters. After that, the police somewhat were restrained. However, the protesting people of Bengal were never afraid by the police, not even for a single day. This is the strength of the people. The government and the ruling party fear this power, the power of the people. The state government is so despised nowadays and hated in the public opinion. Against the government's rule, people of all castes, language, and genders have voiced a demand for justice for Tilotma. Allegations against the hospital authorities and the police for destroying evidence and providing help have deepened the public suspicion. The ruling party, sensing the people's anger and hatred, they've gone underground. This was brought about by the power of the people. The protest in Bengal has been spreading far and wide, and people are taking to the street in every neighborhood demanding justice. At this time, the non-existent Paschim Bongo Chhatra Samaj mysteriously emerged, a political party that cunningly transformed the people's movement by passing their own agenda. The media and social media tried to create an atmosphere suggesting something like Bangladesh would happen on the 27th. Some YouTubers even claimed that the chief minister would flee the country, like Hasina. A press conference was held with 3 students mimicking the coordinators of Bangladesh. Initially, the protesting public considered the Nabana Abhijan to be peaceful and non-political. However, most people realized it was a party program. Political parties are not detached from society. In such incidents, they can certainly conduct protest programs as a party or through their own organizations. But if the people are not hiding their identity in their movement, why should a political party or organization need to hide its identity, especially when millions on the streets are working in their own identities? There must be a reason why they feel they won't get public support if they reveal their identities. Hence, they need to mislead the people. In the end, the BJP held the Nabano March anonymously, and the strike in the name. No one saw the continuous people's movement during those 2 days. The movement that began on 14th was interrupted. Among the protesters, there were supporters of various parties, which is normal. Various opinions emerged regarding Nabana. There were debates over this in the numerous social media groups formed to demand justice for Tilotma, though most remained silent. What did the people's movement gain in those 2 days? The demand for justice for Tilotma has been sidelined, and calls for violent demonstrations and the resignation of the chief minister has taken the forefront. Allegations of destroying evidence in Tilotma's rape and murder has become a secondary object, while demands for the chief minister's resignation and the BJP's desire to come to power has taken center stage. These perceptions were reinforced by the president's speech after many days and the BJP's threat of president's rule. Chaos erupted in Kolkata during the Nabano Abhijan. 5 students were unable to sit for the NET exam due to the strike. The chief minister and her nephew both seized the opportunity to make fierce public statements again. After the chief minister's call to retaliate, ruling party goons attacked a peaceful procession of leftist students, youth, and women in Durgapur in front of the police. Sticks and bricks were used as usual. This time, bombs were also thrown to stop the demand for justice for Tilotma. Through these retaliation attacks, they wanted to teach the people a lesson, warning them to go home. The media has returned to its old rhythm. Sometimes it's Trinamool, sometimes it's BJP as the counter-attack. The people have vanished. Justice for the victim has become a mere pretext. According to the old script, the governor will come, the president has arrived, and soon perhaps the prime minister or home minister will come to Bengal. Trinamool's leaders will respond with threats, rallies, meetings, and attacks leading to conflict. The media will amplify it all 100-fold. Meanwhile, the people of Bengal will be sent to the puja markets, ensnared by the familiar political squabbles between Trinamool and BJP. People of all opinions, religions, and language participated in the moment. Some try to claim that Muslims were not part of it. This is utterly false. The participation of Muslim women in both cities and villages was significant. The identity of the people transcends religion. Many YouTubers who had been vocal about the Nabano Abhijan earlier have started targeting the minority community from the day of Nabano itself. The vile political stance will alienate the people further who have taken to the streets for justice for Tilotma by dividing the movement and weakening it. People from Raat Dakhal, derby matches, schools, colleges, various professions, and the field of sports and culture have joined the protest. No political party created this movement of millions. This history was written by the people. To take away the people's movement and destroy its power, the BJP and Trinamool have both desperately started a new game. One is accused, the other remains invisible. Both share a common interest in sending the people home. One does not exist without the other on the streets. Hence, they use binary politics to break the people's movement. How long will we keep demanding justice, suggesting it's time to change the government? Everyone can feel the intense anger towards the Trinamool Congress this time. But what other democratic method exists to remove them? If the media and the people get involved in this debate, what will be the victims' families' gain? What about those who have taken on the streets day after day demanding justice? At this moment, millions across the state are demanding justice for Tilotma. They want the arrest and punishment of the culprits and those who have destroyed the evidence. If the demand changes, will Tilotma receive justice? The BJP not only wants the chief minister to resign, but also seeks power. However, the BJP does not have the numbers for that. So, who benefits from raising the issue of seizing power? What will happen to justice for the victim? A vast emotion is driving the people's movement right now. The moment stems from the heart of millions. The girl who never dreamt of attending a rally is now shaking the streets with slogans. The demand for justice for Tilotma should not be taken lightly and should not be taken away from the people. Therefore, protecting and expanding the struggle is vital for Bengal. The CBI investigation is an ongoing process. Regular commuters are traveling to the CGO complex every other day. Polygraph tests are being conducted. The number of arrests remains the same. So no new arrests have been made. If the destruction of evidence is the main issue, then no one has been arrested for that either. People's patience is wearing thin. Questions are arising about whether this case will also be buried in the depths of the CBI like so many others. As external changes occur, the investigation seems to change politically. The people's movement must remain strong to ensure a proper investigation. No more delays. Something must come from the investigation soon so that people can retain the faith. If we cannot resist the attempts to kill the spontaneous people's movement, justice for Tilotma will never be achieved. If we get justice today, tomorrow will be safe. Otherwise, we will have to count thousands of dead bodies like Tilotma's. The only path is the indomitable struggle of the people. We need more people, people of all religions, language, ages, and genders. They should raise their voices in unison. We want justice, justice for Arjikar. CBI must arrest the criminals without delay. Thank you.